Our installation is complete. Now when you head to your computer and you check out system properties, for mine at least, you can see I am running on an AMD build, so it works exactly as I want it to. So I'm running an AMD Ryzen 5 16GB of RAM, and you can see my macOS is working fine for me. Hey guys, my name is TechMond. Welcome to another video that is meant to teach you something. Now in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to install macOS Catalina on VMWARE player on Windows. So on this video I'll be showing you guys how to run macOS Catalina, which is the latest version of macOS, on this PC at this time, 2020. So let's get started. Now the first thing you need to do is I need to download the macOS Catalina package. Now I'll leave a link to this file in the description below, so please make sure to download it. Now the next thing you need to do is I need to install from the macOS Catalina package folder this VMWARE player. And once you install it, it should give you a nice switch shortcut on the desktop here. Now it's a normal next installation process, so you shouldn't find it difficult. Now before we start the tutorial, there's a few things I need to state. To run macOS on the virtualization on the virtual machine on your Windows, you need to have virtualization technology on. Now there are different ways to switch on virtualization technology on different devices, so please be sure to check out yours for the device name on Google, so you can make your search on how to install or how to turn on virtualization technology for this particular device or motherboard, just like that. So it's pretty easy, just Google how to search virtualization technology, and that's that. And the next thing you need to do is that you need to, after installing the VMWARE player, you need to unlock the macOS. So let's open that up. So this is the file we'll need. Okay, so let's just right click this and let's go and extract files and just select OK. Okay, and this shouldn't take long. Now while this is extracting, there's a few things I need to state. To get this folder right here, I'll leave a link in the description below. Now the link will come in something like this, different parts. You can download the different parts from different links I'll send down in the description below. Now all you have to do to get this whole folder is just select these files right here. There are 8 parts I think, and just right click this. Now you'll be using the app called 7-zip. To get that, just click on the download button on Google here, so you'll see a link here. So I downloaded the 64-bit installer, so please be sure to download that too for Windows 10. Now once you right click on this file, you can head to 7-zip and then head to extract to. You can select desktop. I think I just did the wrong thing. Cancel yes. You can right click and head to extract files to, and then select desktop, or you can extract anywhere, but make sure you move the file to the desktop for easy referencing. So let's continue the video. Now once you have this file installed and this running, you've extracted your macOS unlocker, you need to open the folder. Now right click on this that says Win Install and Run as Administrator. Click on yes. Now it should start the VMware services and it should unlock the macOS installer for us. Okay, so that's done. Let's head on to VMWARE player and let's create a new virtual machine. Now select how we install operating system later and click on next. Select macOS and select the latest version here, which is 10.14. Click on next. Now on this part you can rename this to 10.15 because that's the version we're using now. So click on next after that. Now on this part you want to be selecting the size you want to partition to your macOS device. So you can select any size you want, but I recommend you setting something like 120 gigabytes or 160, but just make sure it's nothing less than 40 gigabytes. Now click on store virtual disk as single file and click on next. Now on this part let's customize the hardware. On the RAM slot, the processor slot, sorry, the RAM slots, you need to head to the bar right here and select the 4 gigabytes. Now if you have more RAM storage, you can also select the 8 gigabytes if you want. And on the processor tab here, let's click on this and let's select 4 cores and enable this virtualization Intel, or virtualize Intel rather. Now on the new SATA DVD, let's click on use ISO file image and click on browse. Now what we want to be looking for on this part is the macOS Catalina actual disk file, and it's on our desktop. So let's head to desktop, macOS Catalina, which is this folder right here, and open this up. Select macOS Catalina and click on open, and that's that. On the USB controller, if you have all USB 3.0 ports, you can leave this as 2.0, but if you have that mixed with 2.0, I recommend you set to 2.0. Click on show all USB devices, that's enable that, and I recommend you also disable this for now, share devices with Bluetooth virtual machine. Now click on close, click on finish. Now we have our new virtual machine created. Now what you want to be doing now is that you want to close out of this, head to the macOS Catalina package. Now if you're using Intel, you copy the code from this Intel patch and then you patch it to the folder we're about to patch to. But since we're using AMD, let's open this patch file. Now let's select all, right click this and head to copy. Close this. Now head to your document, head to virtual machines, macOS 10.15 or whatever name you used, and the file we'll be looking for here is this VMWARE virtual machine configuration file. So let's right click this and click on open with notepad. Now the first thing you want to be doing here now is you want to be changing this from 16 to 10. Now scroll all the way to the bottom and right click on this and click on paste. Now head to the file, click on save and close out of this. Now reopen your VMware workstation. Now click on macOS, click on edit virtual machine settings. On the options tab, let's head down to where it says Apple macOS and let's change this to Microsoft Windows. Now this step is very important because if you do not change this to Microsoft Windows, you have this stuck on the Apple screen and that's not what we want. Select Windows 10 x64 and click on OK. Now let's play virtual machine. So now the process has started. macOS has started running the installation for us. Now to take a few minutes before it gets to the part where it asks you to select the language and all that stuff, it's just a normal setup. So I'm going to pause this video, or rather I'm going to fast forward and get back to the part where it says the installation is ready to go. Okay, now it's asking us for software updates. Now I don't recommend you downloading and installing while this is running, so please hit remind me later, or you can just close out of this. Okay, we're at the setup page. Now let's continue the setup. Select your language and click on next. Now on this part we're supposed to install the macOS, but first we have to clear the disk utility. Let's click on this and click on continue. Now once you're at this screen where you have lots of disks here, you need to select the first one that says VMware Virtual SATA Hard Drive Media. Now once you're at this part, click on erase and edit this. Now I'm trying to type right now but my keyboard is not working. Now if you have similar issues to this, all you have to do is head to the top right here that says player, head to removable devices, and look for your keyboard right here. Now this is my keyboard that says Causeway USB keyboard, so I'm going to enable this. So I'm going to connect this, click on OK, OK. Now if you heard that sound, that's my keyboard being connected, and click on OK. Let's try it again. Now my keyboard is working, and let's call this macOS Catalina. Click on erase, and that's it. It's pretty easy. Click on done and close out of this. So now we can install macOS. Click on continue. Now it takes you to this screen where you can just click on next. Of course, no one does read the user agreement, so I'm just gonna agree to this and agree again. Oh gosh, they want to make sure you've read it, so you just click on agree. Now select this macOS Catalina HDD you've created and click on install. Now it should install macOS for us, and it should take some minutes, so I'm gonna fast forward this video a bit and I'm gonna come back. Okay, so it seems we've installed the macOS and it's just trying to reboot for us. So let's see what pops up after it reboots. Okay. Okay, for some reason macOS has rebooted and it took us back to the installation screen. Now don't worry, there's a way to fix this. All you have to do is head to the top here at this pause button, click on it and head to shutdown guest. Click on yes and it closes this up for us. Okay, now let's reopen virtual machine workstation, and once it's open, all we have to do is click on this once and head to edit virtual machine. Now let's head to the options tab and select macOS X and select the latest version which we've installed before. Click on OK, OK, OK again, and then select OK here and OK. Now click on OK once more. That's like 50 OKs. Okay, so let's click on play virtual machine once again. Now this should fix our issue and we should have the normal setup screen once this loads up for us. Okay, so the boot is complete and we're at the setup screen for the macOS final installation. So let's get right into it. Let's just wait till the page loads up and okay, so it's open. So let's select our region. Okay. Says United
macOS
States.
contains a built-in screen reader called VoiceOver.
Oh.
If you know how to use VoiceOver,
Yeah,
press Command F5
don't
now to
tell
turn it on
me.
and set up your Mac.
I know,
if you would
I
like to learn
know.
how to use VoiceOver to set up your Mac,
Yeah. Continue. Customize settings. And just click on continue. Okay. Okay. And continue. Now don't transfer any information from now. Click on continue. Now I don't want to create an Apple ID now, so I'm gonna click on setup later. And skip this. Now of course I would read all of this, but you know I'm too smart, so I'm just gonna rush this in 2 seconds. And yeah, I'm tired, so I agree. I agree. I mean, no one ever reads this. So let's click on this and let's select a name. So let's select TechMond, or rather type in my name. Rather, this should be your username, and this just renames this for you to lowercase. Type in your password, verify it, and this part gives you an option to write in a password int. So I'm just going to type in my password int, and don't forget your password. And let's click on continue. So it's creating our account for us. It should take a few minutes, a few seconds rather. Now click on customize settings. If you want to enable this location services on this Mac, you can, but I do not want to, so I'm going to click on continue and say don't use. Now click on next, or rather I think I would just unclick on this, uncheck this box and click on continue. I'm going to set up this later, so yeah, I don't want to use Siri for now, so let's just skip this. Okay, we're almost at the final stop, so it should load up a bit. You can see it's loading with this colorful loading bar. It's really fun. I'm getting dizzy just looking at it. Oh, so let's select our theme. Dark, auto, let's go with light, and let's click on continue. So it sets up Mac OS for us, and this is the final part, and then we can click on so this is it. We're on our desktop. This is Mac OS. Our installation is complete. Now when you head to your computer and you check out system properties, for mine at least, you can see I am running on an AMD build, so it works exactly as I want it to. So I'm running on an AMD Ryzen 5, 16GB of RAM, and you can see my macOS is working fine for me. So I do not want to install the update as of now, so click on later, remind me again tomorrow, whatever, and let's right click on this and eject this. So now what we want to be doing is I want to be installing virtual machine VMWARE tools. So let's head on to player and let's head on to removable devices, SATA, head to settings and select browse. Now we need to look for the VMWARE tools, and it's in the desktop or wherever you extracted yours to, it's gonna be there. So let's open the VMWARE tools and click on OK. OK, and that's that. So now let's head on to removable devices again, SATA, click on connect. Now our VMWARE tools has popped up for us. So click on installation, install VMWARE tools, It should give us a nice sweet menu where we can install VMware tools. Okay, so click continue, click on continue installation, and it's going to ask us for our password, so I'm just going to type in that, install software, and once it's done, I think it should get a nice sound. Okay, so it's asking for security preferences, so let's check that out. Okay, so what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be clicking on this lock icon right here. So let's click on that. Let's type in our password. Click on unlock and allow. Okay, that's that. So let's close out of this. It's going to install for us, and once it's done, it should give us a nice sweet sound. Now that Apple sound. Yup, that's the sound. So let's restart. So once it restarts, it takes you to the spot where you can type in your password, and then you can re-log in, and then everything should be all set to go. So let's wait till it's complete. Okay, so now we're back out at our desktop, and let's just type in a password and click on next. And we're logged in. That's it. So we can close out of this, and let's test out our functionalities. So let's just start full screen, and you can see I'm running at 1080p macOS Catalina, and let's test out our Safari also. Okay, so let's just type in something like on Google, and boom, browsing works. And let's head to our YouTube channel, for example. Let's see if we can head to YouTube. Okay. And let's type in TechMond. Hit enter, and yep, so all you have to do is just click on the subscribe button right here, and you'll be good to go. I'm not sure that's part of this video, but anyways, subscribe if you like this video, leave a like. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Peace out.
A few moments later.
Oh, and quick thing, if you want to shut down the guest, you can shut down the guest here, or you can also pause or restart the guest here. So let's say you want to pause the guest, say yes, suspend. So whenever you head back into your workstation, you can just click on this and head to play virtual machine, and it takes you back to where you left off. Now you can see it's restoring virtual machine state, so it basically takes you back to where you left from. So goodbye guys, I'll see you guys in my next video.